Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Stick 500, another DCS video, and today we're going to be doing some work in Mission Editor because the F-14BU has come out, the F-100 has come out, and I need to add those aircraft to some missions that I maintain for the group of guys I fly with. And since we're going to be spending some time in Mission Editor, one of the first things I do, and this is ridiculous, I know, but I set the wallpaper to the Super Carrier. It's just a more relaxing music to edit missions to. Alright, so we go to multiplayer. Not multiplayer. That's not what we want. We go to Mission Editor. I do this like half the time. I'm trying to go to multiplayer. I go to Mission Editor. I want to go to Mission Editor. I go to multiplayer. It's about 50-50 split on both of them, but that is just how it goes. So the first mission we're going to load up that I maintain for the group of guys that I do is the Kobayashi Maru. There are some tweaks that we need to make to this mission, and I don't know if any of this is really going to help you guys or not. Just give it help. It may point you in the direction of fixing some of the problems on your own missions. The very first thing that we need to do is I need to come down here to Batumi. No, that's fine. No. Stop. There. I just want to go down to Batumi. We had a problem with Batumi the last time we ran it of people spawning there, and it wasn't giving any fuel. So the first thing we needed to do, we needed to go to full info when you click on the airfield, and it says all this stuff, right? Unlimited aircraft means you can spawn as much stuff as you want. Hide non-flyable, don't care. Dynamic spawns, allowing them lets people in a multiplayer setting use a dynamic spawn so they can spawn whatever they want. Allow a hot start. Check those boxes as you see fit. Dynamic cargo lets people get cargo from there, although this mission doesn't really need it. If I don't need to restrict it, I don't uncheck that box. That's just a me thing. Do what you want. The next thing I needed to do, I need to check this box here that says liquids, which means that you can get liquids at this base. Even though it's unlimited on the aircraft, and if I go to liquids, you'll see unlimited liquids checked. If you don't check it here, doesn't help you. AC and equipment. That helps. Just check the boxes. Equipment, this is missiles and everything else. Everybody's fine. Unlimited munitions, everybody's set up now. So make sure you're doing that on like just a straight dynamic spawn base. If you're wanting to limit that, obviously you can. You go through here, you check these boxes, change the initial numbers, and you're set to go. So that should fix our Batumi problem. The second thing that people wanted to get fixed is I had this mission set up for two Forrestal aircraft carriers because we set this mission up for anybody to be able to fly on it. It's kind of like install the game, the Forrestal works. However, some people get bugged about that. So the first thing we're going to do is on the carrier, we're going to come over here. We're going to go to this tab here, which comes up as suppliers. We're going to go to full info, and you're going to see the same page that we have for Batumi with all the stuff on there. I'm now going to change this mission so that we can now dynamic spawn here. We can allow a hot start here, so you don't have to pick the aircraft that are there, which in this case are Hornets. And we are going to do dynamic cargo. No reason not to. AC is equipped and equipment. Liquids checked and ready to go. So now we've got the Forrestal here, which can be used as dynamic spawns or for the Hornets. And if that doesn't float your boat, coming over here, we're going to change this one to the Stennis, which is the super carrier one that people can use. I just lost all the aircraft there, didn't I? No, they're all just on the same one. That's fine. And we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go into it, full info, unlimited liquids. Perfect. We're going to do AC, check dynamic spawns, check allow hot start. Everybody's ready to go. That right there gets those fixed. So now dynamic spawns on a carrier, dynamic spawns on an airfield. This is multiplayer. This does not work in single player. If you're trying to do single player stuff, I'll show you a trick that I'm going to use so I can test the multiplayer for dynamic spawns. But overall, that's the easy way to do it. Was going to put in another Stennis, but I'm just going to delete that aircraft carrier. So we've got 2 carriers. If you have super carrier, if you don't have super carrier, there's 2 setups. Both dynamic spawns. People can deal with it as they see fit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come up to this airfield here because this is the one that's got airfield slots. And I've got dynamic spawns out on... let's take it back. Let's do this. Because I've got a dynamic spawn for the carrier. I've got 2 dynamic spawns for the carrier. Four Hornets there. I've got 4 Tomcats here. Is that the way I set it up? Yes. You know what? The Tomcats are just going to be Tomcats. That's just what we're going to have to do. And let's get that pointed more north. Okay, cool. Now, back to Sakumi, or Sanaki. We need to add 3 F-100s to this site because I like setting aircraft up for people to use so they can just jump in. They don't have to worry about it, especially on this mission, the way it is designed. So we come over here, you click on the aircraft, and you click on the airfield. Now, you'll notice that we went to the airfield, right? And now I can't make the airfield. How... a workaround I have for this, click on one of the jets you already have on the base, copy it, click on one of the spots you want to start from, and paste. And now it's in. If there's not an aircraft, you've just got to click off of the airfield area and drag it in. It's kind of a, I want to say a bug. It's not really a bug. Hi, Indy. But it is annoying. So the first thing I need to do, I need to come down here. I need to change the aircraft type from the LA-7 to the F-100. Where is the F-100D? Now, I don't have the F-100D, but to make it easier on this mission, I also call them this, F-100D-1. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it there. So the group name is the same as the pilot name. We are going to take off from parking hot, which is where he's sitting. We're going to change his armaments. Now, I am perfectly fine with this particular, with any of these that they want to use. And if they've got their own skin, it's all fine and dandy and fine. I've never had an issue with setting them up on this particular mission. Put the skin on that they want to put. But they need air-to-air stuff. Let's see. Pods, booster, no, pod, smoke. And camera pod. I'll let him have the strike camera. Why not? It's fun. Rockets, maybe, but we'll see what all the options are. And as you can tell, it used to tell me here. I guess this one doesn't. Interesting. Okay, Granelli, interesting. Fuel tanks and rockets. Remove payload. What? There's nothing on. I can't put anything on 4? Really? Okay. Air-to-air missiles. We want to put... on this particular mission, since this is what it can carry, we'll go Sidewinders 9P twice. Wow. Rockets, pods, rockets, fuel tanks. So I can't put those on 5? Oh, I could put them on 5. All right, cool. Are these the same ones? (9P2) 138. So we're carrying 4. Yep, that's how we'll set this up. So this is getting 4 Sidewinders. Not a great interceptor, but that's not what this aircraft was designed for. I'm also probably going to do this just to make this more fun for these guys. Is give them some unguided rockets, like so, and like oh, you're being upset today, aren't you? Like so. No, not that one. like that. Now, I also set this up so they can change their loadouts, and it's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. And if they give me some tips on what they would rather have on these aircraft, I'm happy to change it. So there's our first one, right? We copy it. We click on the next loading spot we want to run, which is going to be this one, and hit paste. And it changes to 2. This just needs to delete to 2. We're going to go to this one and paste and change this to 3, which it automatically does, and you delete this for 3. And that's all 3 aircraft set up for the F-100. This mission is now fixed, at least for how we're trying to set it up as we are working on things. And yeah, there's a lot to this mission. There's a lot. Now, in order to save this, for how we do this so that we can all keep track of things, I need to come in here and change this to 11 and get rid of the -2, because this is the 11th iteration, the 11th major change. Anytime there's a major aircraft change is when I change the which mission save it is, and then I add a version to it if we need to update that mission so that I can go back and fix things should they need to be done. That's a me thing. Do it how you want to do. Click OK and save. All right, cool. Kobayashi Maru, you're saved. Next mission we've got to update is, and this one has not been updated in a while. Part of that is my fault. Part of that is because it hasn't needed to be updated in a while. We didn't need to update it for the helicopters. We didn't need to update it for the C-130. We need to add the F-14B, and we need to add the F-100 to this, because this is air starts against a giant wave of aircraft. How giant? About like that. Those are all warbirds. Each one of those is a group of 10. Yeah, it's a lot. So, let's add some aircraft, right? I've got them all staggered at altitudes. Did I zoom in too much? I did. So, we're going to click on this aircraft. We're going to copy it. I'm going to paste it back here. It is at 6,562 feet. Click back here. Paste. We're going to change this to 6,800 feet. So it's a little further up. We're going to change the aircraft to, what do you think? The F-100. Very good. Why? Because this is the one I just worked on last. Makes it easier to remember what I'm doing. I need to go to armaments. And on this one, we're going to put the same set. And again, if we get some feedback and they want to go with the other ones, I can make that happen. But just like that, it's in. And on this mission, I do believe I did change these a little bit. And I'm going to verify that very quick. I believe these all need to be silver. So I am going to change the livery on this to that one. Just because I think it makes it easier. I think that's what I did for all of these, right? No, I didn't. What did I do here? Let me look. No, I did. Huh. I should go and change the F5 then. Because that is definitely the MiG-28 skin. All right, let's see. Aggressor, is there a more... That one's more silver, but it's also aggressor. Yeah. Standard gray. We'll just make them standard gray. Makes it easier. So let me fix that too, while I'm here, while I'm doing things. Changing the livery. And this is just going to help people identify aircraft air to air. The darker colors are what I set the other guys up to. I did add the Corsair to the enemy side of this, but because it's AI, I didn't really have to worry about it as much of changing how all of these are set up. You'll also notice that on these aircraft, they're set to client on all of them, and I'm copying them from a client so that it can be used by somebody flying. If I change the client to a difficulty level, then it becomes AI-driven and not flyable, which we don't want. That's no fun for anybody. All right, so this becomes F-100. You're going to notice a pattern in how I do these. Because it's just easier. It really, really is. F-100, and we're going to now copy that. Paste is 2. go to there, paste. 3, paste. 4, go to there, paste. 5. They're all starting at the same altitude. They're all starting the same flight. They're all ready to go. Do I need 5? Probably not, but I don't like telling people that they can't fly an aircraft when we're doing an air start. If it's dynamic spawns, they can grab whatever they want from the airfields, but that's a me thing. Change them how you see fit. Next thing we need to do, we need to add the F-14B. Now, fortunately, this is an aircraft I know. The F-14BU, excuse me. So back him up, put him here. Change the aircraft F-14BU. Now, I'm not putting in all of the different F-14s. I think the B is in here already, and I think we're adding the BU now. In fact, I know we're adding the BU now. I didn't put in the A. I didn't put in the early A. If you're just dying to fly those, fly a different mission. F-14BU-1. Oh, it didn't do the thing. It didn't do the parentheses. Really? You won't let me do parentheses? I thought you would. Go back. And, oh, I just didn't hold shift and let me long enough. That's what happened. Cool. F-14BU-1. Copy. And paste. Armaments. This is easy. I think I made this the Chrome one. I don't know that Chrome is available on this one. It is not. So we're just going to leave it as is. Missiles. Aim 9. Missiles. Aim 7. Fuel tanks. I don't know that we need fuel tanks, but I'll put them on here anyway. Oh, I did limit this one. I didn't give these guys Phoenixes. You're going after Warbirds, and I didn't want people just to ripple off 6 shots with a Tomcat. I realized that you can with other aircraft. I just felt like it was cheating to give the Tomcat the Phoenixes. Oh, those not no. That one, please. They do the same thing over there. Is that the cat? It is. Fix that. I felt like it was dirty pool hitting an aircraft with a missile bigger than itself. Just me. All right, you'll notice that this is at 6,800. We're going to go ahead and move this up to 7,000 feet. It's not much higher than everything else here, but that way there's no chance of these guys flying into each other. We're going to copy. We're going to click. We're going to paste. Change that to a 2. Click here, paste. Change that to just 3. Click there, change that to a 4. And change that to a 5. Cool. F-14BU has been added to this mission. We've added the F-100 to this mission. File. Save as. Just like I did before, this was 7. It is now 8. And you hit OK. And now, the fun one. Let me open up. Bombs away. Yes, save changes is fine. Yes, just save. It's fine. File open. Yes. I want to open up Bombs Away 4-1. You'll notice there's 4-1 through 6, right? This mission's a little bit different. There are 6 stages to this mission. This is a bombing competition where we have to go bomb these targets, and we have these aircraft to do it with. You get 1 bomb on these aircraft. There is an altitude warning on all of these. There's a flight deck that if you fly below, you will explode. And it works. It's just an awful lot of work. I've got warbirds over here. I've got non-warbirds over here. So we grab one of our aircraft. Now, oh, I should be able to do this now easily. So I'm going to click on the Add an Aircraft since I'm not over an airfield. And I'm going to click here. I'm going to change this to the F-100. This is an air start. They get 1 bomb. 1 Mark 82 is all they get. It's not exactly on center line, but I can't put it on center line. That's as close as I can get it. This becomes F-100 D-1. Copy. Paste. Change this to client. And these guys are starting at what? 17,500. This needs to be 17,500. That's part of the way this mission is designed, so they all need to be at the same altitude. They just can't run into each other. Double checking. We have one bomb. Checked is one bomb. All right, cool. F100D. Copy this one. Paste is now 2. You guys are getting the hang of this already. You're probably already saying it with me, right? There's 3. I did leave the 3. Didn't want to. There's the 4. And I'm going to tighten that formation up here in a minute for 5. All right, let's move this guy back a little, this guy back a lot. Now, real quick, I'm going to add back here. Boom. Yeah, move them up a little bit. Nope. Oop, oop, doop, doop, doop. Delete that. Edit. Slide him forward. And, oh, you're going to be going off that way, aren't you? All right, we're going to add a waypoint just to go to here. And then we're going to delete that waypoint, so now he's pointed in the direction I want him going. Again, this needs to be, edit, 17,500. You, 17,000. Wait, first change the aircraft. F14BU. Again, the A and B aren't in here. Just the B is in here. Set it to client. F14B, open parenthesis, lowercase u, close parenthesis, -1. Copy. Paste. Armaments. You get nothing. No, I'm kidding. You get 1 bomb. Mark 82 times 1. Ooh, do I want it there? No, I want it there. I could put it on the wing, but that would be a little unfair. And remove payload. Remove pylon. 3 can keep. Remove pylon. Remove payload, which is fine. Remove pylon. Yep, just make it slick. It's fine. They get 1 Mark 82. That's all you need for this mission. And that's part of what makes it a bombing competition. So now, let me bang these 5 in real quick. 2. Copy. Paste. 3. 4. 5. They're all set to go and ready to go at 17,000. They're not at 17,000 feet. I goofed. And it is 17,500, right? If I'd copied this aircraft and just changed it over, I wouldn't have had to do this, but I was trying to be nice and show you guys how to do something. See what happens when I'm nice. He is going how fast? He's going 370, so the Tomcat's going faster. It's fine, whatever. They'll figure it out. If there's somebody in front of them, they can change aircraft. All right. 100, please. Cool. So that's the aircraft added, but we're nowhere near done on this mission yet. I'm going to save this right now. Save this as 5-1, but we're not done yet. But I do this so that I don't have to go back and add the 2 aircraft again. All right, so we're saved. Now the fun part begins. Triggers, which is how all of this works. Now this one, we are going to be copying and pasting a lot. How this works. I've got them set up. For aircraft I have is in green on this level. After this, it's ones we've tested. White aircraft are ones I don't have. You'll notice that we've got gray here for Mosquito, which I don't own. P-51 I own. P-47. Why don't we have why is Mosquito in gray? Why did that should be green. Or no, the 47 should be. Oh, because we haven't tested Mosquito yet officially. We have, but like with my group, that's what those mean. So we're going to come down here all the way to the bottom, and we have the Corsair, which was the last aircraft added to this mission. We added the Hind, which is a helicopter. They have different rules. MiG-29 is the first jet that we can go back to. I'm going to clone this. So now we have 2 of them, right? I'm going to change this to a white color. And I am going to move it all the way to the bottom, because we're adding a new aircraft. And this now needs to change here. Bombing. Instead of MiG-29, F-100D-1. Unit is altitude. We need to select the right unit. In this case, we're going to go to F-100. And the one that we selected earlier, which is why we name them the way we do, so that they stay grouped together. F-101. If he drops below this in altitude, and these are in meters, which is another thing you need to figure out, go to here, and he's in the zone in this case. No, if he's in the zone, and if the unit, you've got to change this both times. And I do this change first before I do the second change, which we're about to show you. F-100 bombing zone, F-100, if they're in zone, and if they are below the altitude, then we come over here, explode unit. Which unit? The F-100 we just put in. And we tell that unit, you died. The message is more of for everybody else that we see, because it's kind of funny. But it also gives me an opportunity to go F-101, F-105. See, I didn't get it right. So I got to scroll up here and go to 1. So 1, 1, F-101, 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 F-101. And now, click off of it. And it is set. So those triggers are set and they're ready to go for the very first F-100 for this run. We are now going to copy this and change this to a 2. We're going to go to here, change this to a 2, or change this to 2. Change this to 2. Change this to 2. See why we did it first on 1 all the way through? Clone. Change this to 3. Now you're getting the idea. I'm going to be doing this for a while now because I've got to do this for a bunch of different altitudes. I've got to do this for a bunch of different levels. I'm not going to make you guys watch all that because it is an awful, awful lot of work of just copying and pasting and changing and going through. But that's why we set the aircraft up first, so that I can do all of these things as I go through. But that'll do it for this one, guys. I've got a lot of typing to do here. It's going to be a while. So that'll do it for this one. Think of me when you are thinking of mission editors, and they've got to be updating aircraft and adding things. By the way, it was a lot of fun when they changed the Mark 82s to fix this mission. That'll do it for this one, guys. Snick 500. Some mission editor tips on how to update missions to add aircraft and change rules and do all those kind of things. Hope it helped you guys out. Snick 500. See you guys in the next one.